channel. Those of you who never been here before, Sawabona, Molo, Tumela, Awe, give me your wallet. What? So today, I'm going to be reading from I read it, the most sus, vile, abnormal, the worst of the worst kind of posts. No, for your entertainment, the detriment of my own mental health. So, I'm gonna try to get through this. I probably won't be sober by the end of this video. But let's just get into it. Now, I have a lot of reading, so let's go to the first one. First one posted in Confession 5 days ago. Okay. I was expecting his body count to be high, but not that high. Let me preface this by saying I'm not upset, just shocked that he I'm confessing it here rather than telling him and having it come across as me being upset. I, female 29, got curious and finally asked my boyfriend, male 38, what his body count was. A big mistake. I genuinely expected it to be somewhere near 80. 80 is already quite high. Okay. Also, based on some of my male friends' own experiences, they've told me, for reference, my boyfriend has been single or in short-term relationships the majority of his life and is well over 6 feet tall, fit, and attractive, and has great social skills / confidence, and I'm sure it's been very easy for him to pull a woman with this combo he has going on. Here it comes. He admitted that it was somewhere between 130 and 140 range. I'm not sure what's normal for other men like him who's got it all on. I was just shocked is all. You're fine and I'm not worried about it, and I didn't question anything else further on the matter. I'm letting Reddit know that all of my flabbers were gasted. Haha. Okay. I don't know 80 people in real life. 100 and is the number. Somewhere between 130 and 140. Good God, man. Is this guy getting this card? And that's a bit extreme. I'm sure that's way over the average body count, which should be somewhere between 7 and 10. Maybe we should read some of the comments. So 80 is normal and 130 is not. Haha. None of these numbers are real or flies off. Yep, I was thinking the exact same thing. Okay, so I'm not crazy, somebody else thought the same thing. Let's just go on to the next one. We are still in r/confession, and I'm not gonna read the usernames, even though it's anonymous already. I am a top 0.5 performer at my company and I smoke weed every day. I don't know how common this is, but it is a secret that I'm really careful about. At work, I seem innocent and cheerful. I work really hard and get along well with everyone, which in my job translates to a lot of success. For my appearance, I look like a normal person, kind of nerdy, but still fashionable as I keep up with stereotypes. I've also been smoking weed every single day after work for the last 3 years. Not a single person in my work life knows or has any clue about it. And no, my role does not require me to get drug tested, and I don't operate any heavy machinery. There are a lot of people claim to be functional users of recreational drugs. But it comes a day when it's just an off day. or you just you need to operate heavy machinery, or you just have to do something different on the job, and at one moment everything falls apart, and after soon follows the darkest. You know, don't believe that what he's doing is too bad, but he's functional, so good for him. But drugs at work, even it's just weed. I know these days weed is nothing, but at least keep it for after work. That would also gives you brain chance to not to reset, not build tolerance. A lot of people build tolerance fairly quickly to weed. On to the next one. Let's stay in confession. There's some good ones. Okay, this one has 17,000 upvotes. I was so hungry today. I googled hotels with complimentary breakfast near me, and I went there, walked in, stole food, and then left. I feel bad. I'm a terrible person, but I was so fucking hungry. I'm so broke. I have no food. The food bank couldn't get me in until January 15th because holidays are busy. I don't know what the TICIM, what does that mean, going to do. I don't want to do that again. I have sinned and I feel terrible. I only took small muffins, 2 yogurt cups, and 5 little sausages. 4 for me, one for my dog. So I wasn't gluttonous, but still a thief. Eat it. I don't want you guys to worry about my dog, okay? He has a big 14 kg bag of Purina lamb analysis in his favorite. I made sure to spend the last of my spending money on that because I know I won't be making more for a while. I just wanted to get him one sausage anyways as a treat because he's a good boy. He has food and I will always make sure of it. But thanks for worrying about him. I don't know why people think I'm homeless, but I'm not homeless. I live in an apartment. You can have a home and no food to eat. Like, I'm assuming the food bank is like a shelter that gives out a soup kitchen. Assuming that what he's talking about the TI is the food bank. I'm assuming the food bank gives out free food and they were unavailable. Yeah, I'm not surprised that there's somebody with an apartment, but no food. It's tough times, so I understand. There's only 2 muffins, though. Of all the things on this atrocious app, it's not the worst. I'm still sober. Okay, I got another one. I'm still in r/confession. This sub really has good ones. I want to suck boobs every day. I try to control the urge, but I just can't. Hell it. Need help. I am 21 male from Hyderabad. Hyderabad. I always had one very strong preference when it comes to attraction. I'm extremely drawn to Paris. Even in adult content, that's the type of videos I always end up watching. In my past relationship, I realized how much I genuinely enjoy being close in that way. Honestly, I have urge to suck on him every single day. But I can't because, lack of resources. It's just something that feels comforting and intimate to me. I don't usually say this out loud, but I'm confessing it here because I wonder if anyone else has such specific preference that stays so strong over the years. Wait, get this. Number one comment. When did Denji make a Reddit account? Ew. Okay, last one. Now go to different subreddit. I get bitter watching people pursue their passions because I chose safe. I watch people pursue their passions and build their dream careers, and I get bitter, genuinely deeply bitter because I chose safe. I chose stable. I picked a job with benefits and predictable hours, and now I'm in a cubicle watching other people live a life I was too scared to go after. The jealousy is eating me alive. It's not that I didn't have dreams, I did, just lacked the courage to risk failing at them. So I took the guaranteed mediocrity instead of the uncertain possibility. Now it feels too late. I'm too far into this path, too invested, too comfortable in the worst way. I made a responsible choice and I resent everyone who didn't. I resent that they believed in themselves enough to take the leap and I didn't. I don't even know if they're actually happier. Maybe they're struggling, maybe they regret it. But at least they tried. At least they gave themselves a chance. I spent my lunch break today in my car playing Jackpot City. I think I heard of the game. Trying to zone out. I kept thinking about someone's success story I saw this morning and just felt this wave of anger myself being too scared to even try. I don't know if I'll ever stop being bitter or if this is just what settling feels like. Okay, there's a lot to unpack in this one. Um, so he's got a job. He's got a comfortable job, benefits. A lot of people, their goal is just this, the benefits that comes from work. But he's miserable. He's miserable with settling. He wants to do his passion. He probably would like to feel some of that struggle doing something that he enjoys. Yeah, a lot of people experience this. I received a nut kick and it really turned me on. But then I felt like throwing up. I always want to live out his best life like this. Oh, I thought I could do this sober. I guess I cannot. Let's get on with it. Well, it seems like Denji really frequents Reddit a lot. I'm not gonna read those comments further. On to the next subreddit. Okay, I've got a good one. Slash two off my chest. I've been polyamorous for 30 years, and I regret it now. Prefacing this by saying this is my post. When I talk about myself, I'm not generalizing and I'm not personally attacking anybody's way of life. It is about me and me only. It's my party and I can cry if I want to. Okay. I'm a 44-year-old woman and I've been polyamorous my whole life. Before I even knew what the word for it was, there was a different word for it back then. I think my one and only monogamous relationship happened when I was 13. Ever then, in my teens and 20s, I used to say I couldn't be tied to one person in my 30s, and I'd say I had too much love to give. Yeah, the thought of being with one person was unappealing and incomprehensible to me. I've had short term and long term relationships with both men and women of all walks of life that lasted from a few months to 7 to 8 years. I've been part of the throuples, polycules of up to 4 people and different open relationships. Some of them were nice, some of them not so much. This year I've decided to start seeing psychiatrists regularly. A really good one. And I realized a lot of things, including the fact that I was polyamorous for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, I didn't want to be tied down. When I looked into my childhood, and of course, I wouldn't want to. My parents' marriage was okay. I think we should leave something out there. My parents' marriage was a shit show, and my father cheated over and over again. I wanted to avoid being my mother by creating an environment where cheating was a thing in the first place. I had the most horrible self-esteem in my teens. It all went away when boys found me desirable. So the more boys liked me and paid me romantic attention, the more confidence I had. The more people I dated, the more access I had to validation at once. I couldn't stand being alone with my thoughts for more than 5 minutes. So having somebody there was a relief. Didn't have too much love to share. I needed too much validation and attention that one person couldn't give without going insane. And she's contradicting what you said earlier about having a lot of love to give. After going to the psychiatrist, she found out that she liked receiving the attention, the validation. She didn't have much to give. I'd feel from being somebody's primary partner, being chosen to be loved more than others, would give me euphoria more than anything else, followed by the absolute ache that would happen when they gravitate towards somebody else. I've had it done to me and I've done it myself. Looking back, I would exchange it all for one person. One person who cherished me, prioritized me, respect me, and my ambitions. It took me decades of using polyamory as a band-aid for much deeper wounds to realize they even exist. I don't know where this leaves me. I just know I'm not happy with how I've been leading my life and that I have many things to realize and go from. I don't know if I will be happy in monogamy. I don't know how to break the struggles to my social circle. I don't know anything. Just wanted this off my chest. Okay, in concerning polygamy or polyamory, it's always someone would say like I'm having problems with one of my partners, and you would listen. Somebody would try to validate that, but it's just stopped there by one of my partners. How do you even find the time, the emotional, how do you even support more than one person's emotionally? That's crazy. And if it works for anybody, then good for them. But I've seen a lot of these posts. There's even a subreddit, I think titled polyamory, regret, something like that. And there's a whole bunch of people, and there's this terminology is like nesting your nests with your primary person, and then you got your other people who you date, I guess. And I just don't see it, I don't understand it, but if it's a way to prevent cheating, I guess it works.
Oh, massa poos!
Hello? Oh, that's the president. He wants you to subscribe to my channel. Yeah, haters gonna say it's fake. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching, and I'll be back.
Ik heb je pa genaaid, ik heb je ma genaaid, ik heb je oom genaaid,